Hey folks, let's talk paintings. And in particular, I wanted to talk about this one, which is a little different than a lot of the ones I do, because this one's associated with the Storykeeper's Daughter, the book trilogy. Actually, the first book, The Jester's Grin, comes out January 2026. And this painting is associated with the Storykeeper's Daughter. Now, a lot of the paintings I do are associated in some way, but this one is a map of it because I actually made it through book one, believe it or not, and I can't believe it at this point, but I made it through the end of book one, Jester's Grin, and I was starting into book two and went, I don't really know where these people are going at this point. I'm not sure where anyone is headed. And I really need a map. And it really had to do with how Omri and Kale were going to get to the dwarves and the Telenouth. I wasn't really sure like what direction, like how did that happen? So I needed a map so that they could do it, so that I could do it in my head. And so then the rest of all of this happened from that. That's where all of this came from. And it forced me to name some places I hadn't named yet and all kinds of stuff. And since then, things have further moved along, and there are some other named places in book three that aren't on here yet. Which is cool, I think. And even the names of a place or two have changed since I did this, which is, I think, even better, which maybe as you move forward and maybe as you make it into book three, you'll see what place has changed its name since I did this, because there's actually a place that's not going to have the same name anymore. But this is the map. And you'll see some places. The land in the Storykeeper's Daughter is called Mythrane, and that is the same. So that's not going to change. Now I know you're like, what? But the major things are the same. So the land is called Mythrane. That's the big one. Rackmore is where most of the things happen. And so that's Rackmore up here. Mythrane, you'll hear a lot of, and that's where Lyra's from. And so that's Mythrane, that's the island over here. Eversky, that's where Joymon's chosen sister is from. And so they end up in Eversky at one point, and that's way down here. The Shadow Teeth, so you see the Shadow Teeth rocks. It's actually really big. You can kind of think that it's small in the book, but it's actually really, really big in the Jade Sea over here. You see Bashel Bay and Wren Cove over here on this one big island. And then the gate and the haven are actually off the map, off over to the side. So that kind of gives you an idea. And then again, I said the Telenouth and the gray over here. So that gives you an idea of the scale of the world as you get into the books. And then book three takes you further off this map and actually into this continent a good bit. So I get excited about that because I want to start talking about this space over here more, but I can't yet because you won't know about any of it, but it takes you off into this continent. Just a little bit, but some. Anyway, so this is Mythrane, and this is the Storykeeper's Daughter, and that is this painting that you can take a look at, and it'll probably end up on a couple of items as well. Thanks.